Hello, Beatle friends, and hello to everybody else watching. Today, I'm going to do a response, a very late response, to the Beatles Vinyl Tag 2025. This tag was started by Patricia, who's a Beatles fan and a YouTube user. She goes by, her handle is Imagine Number 9, a Little Beatles Corner. So, Patricia, if you're watching, hope you enjoy this very late Beatles Vinyl Tag video, and I hope this late response will inspire others to join in on the tag response as well. I'm gonna go through the questions. I'm gonna answer them best I can. They're on the tablet here. So where are the questions? Okay, so Patricia started this tag shortly after the new year, after sometime in the middle of January, shortly after 2025 began. Okay, so I'm gonna try to put the tablet down because I'm gonna show you stuff here. All right. First question is favorite Beatles holiday song, and tell us why. Okay, so for the Beatles holiday songs, well, you have the Christmas messages that the Beatles recorded, but those are not really songs. There are some songs that were written and recorded exclusively for the flexi disc, but for the proper holiday songs, there's only the solo Beatles holiday songs. First one is John and Yoko's Happy Christmas War is Over, or Happy Xmas War is Over, and Paul McCartney's Wonderful Christmas Time. George Harrison's Ding Dong Ding Dong is also a holiday song. It's more like a New Year song. And then you got Ringo, who recorded the holiday album I Want to Be Santa Claus. Ringo's the only former Beatle who recorded a proper holiday studio album. Let's see if Paul will ever do that. I don't know. But anyway, of the proper holiday songs that the Beatles release as solo artists, I'm going to go with Happy Christmas War is Over by John. That's the picture sleeve there. And I picked this one because love the sentiment in the song, and it's and I've always loved it. And here's the green vinyl, the UK green vinyl. When it's Christmas, I'm never when it's on the radio, I listen. But I it's really, I love John's vocal and lyrics in the song. Everything about it is never get tired of this song. Happy Christmas War is Over when it's a holiday season. But it gives me a great feeling every time I hear it. And I also love Wonderful Christmas Time, a fun song by Paul. But if I had to pick a holiday Beatles song, it's going to be Happy Christmas War is Over. So, all right. Next question. Give me a moment here. Favorite Beatles album cover, any country. I love just about all the Beatles covers. I also love the White Album cover. But for this response, I'm going to go with this one. The Beatles in Italy. This is the Israel pressing, a later Israel pressing. Take the sleeve out. And this one is an authentic one. This is the original. It's not in the best shape. But I'm going to pick this one for the question. Favorite album cover, any country. And there are fakes of this available. When you see a fake, and it has the part of George's hair missing, then that is a fake. But if you see this here, the original Israel pressing, George's hair there's no flaws there. It's perfect. So this is the one I'm gonna pick, as favorite album cover. There's so many favorite album covers. I also like the Italian pressing of Help, where it's actually called I Eat though, and I actually have the Italian pressing. I think it's a second pressing. I'll have to look, either second or first pressing. But anyway, this is my pick for favorite Beatles album cover at the moment, and this is the Israel sleeve here. I have the record in a different inner sleeve. Let me show you the record here. Here's the record right here on the black and silver Parlophone label. So this is a later pressing, but it's a nice authentic one, because this is there are fakes of this available, and I happen to have a fake one in my collection. I could pull that one out and show you the fake, but I'm gonna go with the authentic one. The Beatles in Italy, the Israel pressing with the champagne cover. All right. And next question, I believe, is show your favorite Beatles colored vinyl or picture disc. So I have a ton of the Beatles albums on colored vinyl in my collection, and it's hard to choose one because a lot of them are the same colors. Like I have the Japanese 1982 mono albums on transparent red wax vinyl, they sound amazing, but I haven't played those in a while. But I still have all of them in my collection. But for this response, I'm gonna go with Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. This is an Australian pressing, a late 80s Australian pressing, special limited edition in colored vinyl. All right. And here's the red vinyl right here. Australian red vinyl of Sgt. Pepper, the late 80s pressing. I could pick one of my bootleg albums that has the swirl vinyl, but I decided I'm going to stick with the official release. And this one is the official release in Australian pressing. And this one's in mint condition. I've never played it. I have it as a collector. And the red vinyl here, the red fits this vinyl record, because the back cover is red, where you see all the lyrics. Next question, show favorite Beatles 45 picture sleeve, any country. I went through my singles, and I was trying to pick an interesting one instead of the one with the common picture sleeve. But I went with this one here. This is Ticket to Ride, back with Yes It Is, an Italian pressing. Real nice front cover here, 1965. And I thought this was an interesting cover here. That's a photo of the Beatles you rarely see, and you got Paul there with the black cowboy hat. And that's the record right there, the Italian label. Ticket to Ride, Yes It Is, on the other side. And I bought this one at a nice price, and it's in excellent shape. Okay, so the next question. Show your favorite from the last 3 Beatles songs and rank them all. So the last 3 Beatles songs are Free as a Bird, Real Love, and Now and Then. I have all the 7-inch singles right here. Free as a Bird, Real Love, and Now and Then. and I'm going to rank all of them. I could show you the 12-inch single, but since Free as a Bird and Real Love was released only on the 7-inch, as a 7-inch single, I decided to pull out the 7-inch of Now and Then, one of my many Now and Then variants I have in my collection. So I'm going to rank the three. Number one is Now and Then, no doubt. Number two, Real Love. And my least favorite of the three. I love this song still, but when I rank these three songs, this is at the bottom. Free as a Bird. I love the song, don't get me wrong, but, you know, if I rank these three, this has got to be my least. So, Now and Then, number one, the final Beatles song. Real Love, the second to final Beatles song, and Free as a Bird. This was their first new song in 25 years when it came out in 95. Now, this is actually going to be 30 years since the single came out, you know, since the anthology premiered. So, all right, so next question. Show your most unusual Beatles vinyl or compact disc. I have this one here. This one was a record store find a long time ago. This is an interview record, Timeless 2.5, The Beatles Around the World. And here's a look at the picture disc here. The headshots of the four Beatles from the Sgt. Pepper era and Sgt. Pepper period. And the background's interesting too. It makes this image look psychedelic. And this one is very weird. You got a big fish here, and then the four early headshots of the Beatles placed on this photo, which is very unusual. I don't know why. I don't know why the record company that issued this interview disc decided to do that. But all right. So this is my unusual Beatles record. I have so many unusual Beatles records in my collection that I can show you all of them. But anyway, show a Beatles single that has a better B-side than the A-side. I'm going to go with All You Need Is Love, backed with Baby You're a Rich Man. This one is a Danish pressing of the single. I got this one as a freebie. I purchased a rare first pressing of With the Beatles, the UK stereo first pressing of With the Beatles from Discogs overseas. The Discogs user was located overseas, and he added this as a freebie for me. So this is one of my recent Beatles finds here. Picture sleeve, the Denmark pressing, and back of it, singles catalog. And here's a look at the record, made in Denmark, but it uses the UK stampers. All You Need Is Love. Baby You're a Rich Man on the B-side. I love both songs very much. All You Need Is Love I'm kind of tired of, but when it's on, you know, I don't really turn it off, you know. So, but you know, it's really hard to, you know, I love all the A-sides and the B-sides of the Beatles singles, but this is one where I can say that I like the B-side a lot more than the A-side. Baby You're a Rich Man, I enjoyed that more than All You Need Is Love, personally. So that's my pick for a Beatles single where the B-side is better than the A-side. Next question, show a favorite Beatles song that was covered by another artist or band. That's a difficult one. I don't love all of the Beatles covers. I have my own selections. of favorite Beatles covers. You know, it's just hard to decide which Beatles cover I like. One I think is my favorite. This is Stevie Wonder. This one I'll show in a future vinyl update video. But this is Stevie Wonder here. The cover is not on this compilation. It's his cover of We Can Work It Out. I really love that one. So that will be, I guess that will be my pick for, favorite Beatles song covered by another artist. And speaking of covers, show a favorite song that was covered by the Beatles. That one, I'm gonna go with Long Tall Sally for now. Love Paul's Little Richard vocal on singing Little Richard on the cover, and the track is I love the track as well. I can listen to Long Tall Sally and be happy, enjoy it very much. So the Beatles cover of Long Tall Sally will have to be probably my favorite Beatles favorite song that the Beatles covered. And I also love a lot of the songs that the Beatles covered on the BBC. So for this one, my pick will be Long Tall Sally, and then show the worst 3 songs that the Beatles wrote. I can't show you the 3 worst Beatles songs, so I'm gonna go on record and say I love all of the Beatles songs, but there are certain ones that I enjoy more than others, and some that I enjoy less than others. So I don't think these 3 songs are in particular order, but I listen to the songwriting, to see if it's not really, if I enjoy the songwriting on it or if I don't. So yeah, this one will be hard, but I have my picks here. The first one is going to be Tell Me What You See off Help, or Beatles 6 in America. The song feels incomplete to me. It's just, I'm really looking forward to, when Giles Martin remixes that song when he does Help. But it just feels unfinished, both songwriting and recording wise, when they recorded it at the studio to include it on the Help album and the Beatles 6 album in America. That's one of my picks right there. And another one, another song where I think the songwriting is not the greatest. I think it's a very tough one. I think I'm gonna pick the same 2 selections as another friend of mine who also did the response to the tag. I'm gonna go with Why Don't We Do It in a Road, since it's just really Why Don't We Do It in a Road repeated over and over and over again, and then the lyric No One Will Be Watching Us, Why Don't We Do It in a Road. And then I'm also gonna go with All Together now, since that's really 1, 2, 3, 4, Can I Have a Little More, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, I Love You, ABC. There's the 1, 2, 3, 4, and the ABCD, Black, White, Green, Red. That's really Paul's writing a fun song there, but I wouldn't consider that Paul's greatest songwriting effort. It's just a fun song, included in the Yellow Submarine film. So those are my 3 worst songs, worst Beatles songs, where the songwriting is not the greatest by them. Maybe I'll think of more after I do this video. So, all right. Next question, show the last Beatles product that you bought. It's this Beatles color card that I bought at my local antique store. I have a lot of antique stores I'm looking forward to showing you in my future update videos. It's a nice one, and that's how much I paid for it. And I bought a real nice Paul McCartney postcard, and I'm looking forward to showing you as well. Next question: show an ongoing Beatles collection that you are trying to complete. I have a couple couple of some of the Beatles collection that I'm trying to complete. I've been collecting the Beatles stuff since 2009, and it's 2025, and the Beatles collecting thing is still never ending. There's always something I want, and when I find something interesting, then I'll buy it. But regarding ongoing Beatles collection, right now it's the Beatles 7-inch picture disc singles collection that was released back in the 80s. This is Love Me Do. This was the first of the series, released in 1982. And these are the 20th anniversary picture disc, 7-inch picture disc records here. I don't have all of them yet. I'm trying to get all of them, but they've been pretty pricey, and I was not willing to pay a lot to try to get all of them. But I want to try to get the ones at a nice low price possible, and hopefully complete the 7-inch picture disc singles collection, UK pressing. And another collection that I want to try to complete, this will take ages. I like to get all of the Beatles Genesis books. I have some of the Genesis books. I have 2 George ones, the Songs by George Harrison books, both signed by George, and they're the vinyl editions. And I have a Ringo book, Another Day in the Life, also signed by Ringo, and that was also the first Beatles autograph I ever purchased. And going off the Beatle topic, I also have a Jimmy Page Genesis book signed by Jimmy Page as well. I want to try to get a lot of the Genesis books if possible. All of the Beatles ones that I don't have, even the George ones that are becoming very, very valuable. They cost a lot of money, so that will take me ages to get all the Genesis books. But the Beatles autographs is actually what the collection, ongoing collection that I'm working on. I have a set that I'm going to show here in a little bit as well, and I also have the individuals that's currently in my safe. So, all right, so that's my answer to the ongoing Beatles collection. Show a prized possession in your Beatles collection and tell its story. So I'm going to show you a couple things. One doesn't have a story, well, kind of, but the other one does have a story. I'm going to show the one that has a story first. This is Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, a UK later pressing, and it's signed by the late Beatles engineer Geoff Emerick. He signed this for me at the Fest for Beatles Fans in Chicago back in 2018, about 2 months before he died. So the story of this, I had this album. Geoff only went on Sunday to the Fest. He was a guest only on Sunday. He wasn't there for the entire weekend. On Sunday, I had, as soon as the Fest started at noon, I was looking for the Geoff Emerick table so I can stand in line. And when I arrived there with this album in my hand, there was already people. There's already people there waiting for Geoff Emerick. So yeah, it took me a while to get the Geoff Emerick. He signed this for me to Marvin, Geoff Emerick. Not Geoff's best signature, but But while I was waiting on Jeff, I had to wait for like 5-10 minutes or something, and then Jeff came out. Jeff Emmerich came out, and I looked at him, and I was going, "Oh my God, Jeff Emmerich doesn't look great. He doesn't look great, like at all." Which explains his sudden death 2 months later. But he went to his table, and I had to wait about 20 minutes, I think. Me and some other fellow Beatle people that I'm connected with as friends, they also got Jeff Emmerich's autograph. But I had Jeff sign this to Marvin, Jeff Emmerich, and I also bought the Here, There, and Everywhere book. I bought that for my father, who couldn't be at the fest. I had Jeff sign that for my father. So my father has a signed book by Jeff Emmerich, and he showed a gold record that he got. I believe it was a gold record on display next to his table of the Wings album London Town. So that was like the only artifact of his that was displayed next to his table, and his collection ended up being sold. So and a lot of it was in the hands of the dealer that I bought this Beatles autograph set from, which is Tracks Limited in the UK. So all right, so I showed this in Rachel's thread last year, and I'm going to show it again. So I put this frame together with a nice 1963 photo of the Beatles, and on the back, all 4 of the Beatles autographs. I bought one set with just John, George, and Ringo from Tracks Limited in the UK. And then a few months later, they gave me a Paul McCartney period correct autograph in 1963. And to let everyone know, I did not glue the Paul sign item to the set here. So just want to let everyone know that I didn't glue it or tape it. So all right, and those signatures, they date to the middle of 1963, summer of 1963. So those are my prized possessions. I have so many prized possessions in my collection. I could show you all of them, Patricia, but I'm only going to show 1 or 2. So next question, second to last question. Show your favorite Beatles product that came out in 2024 and tell us why. Okay, so well, there's the 2 record store day sets, the 3-inch record sets. One that has like 4 3-inch records, and the other one with just 1 3-inch record along with the carrying case. Both of them have a carrying case. And you have the 7-inch record store day reissue of I Want to Hold Your Hand, back with I Saw Her Standing There, the reissue of the Capitol single. And then you have the Beatles US albums, the 1964 US albums in mono box set, along with the individual releases, and the Target exclusive of Meet the Beatles, and the solo there's also the solo reissues, the Mind Games, John Lennon Mind Games reissue, the Ultimate Collection reissue, and the Living in the Material World reissue 2024 mix, and Ringo's Crooked Boy, and One Hand Clapping, the Paul McCartney Wings One Hand Clapping. But if you're referring to the Beatles as a group, for now I'm going to go with this. Of course, the box set, the 1964 US albums in mono box set. I played some of the records, but I didn't play the Beatles story. I'm never ever going to play the Beatles story. I have the originals of the Beatles story. It's exclusive to this set. So, well, the reason I picked this as a favorite Beatles release of 2024, because this is a proper release of, by the Beatles as a group. Now for the solo Beatles releases, I'm probably going to pick One Hand Clappin' by Paul McCartney and Wings. I also love the Mind Games and the Living in Material World sets, but for the solo Beatles, it's One Hand Clappin'. That one is my favorite. But for the Beatles as a group, I pick the U.S. Albums, 1964 U.S. Albums box. So, and the final question, I believe, is what Beatles product would you like to see coming in 2025? Well, a 1965 U.S. mono albums would be nice, as well as the 1964 U.S. stereo albums. But the Beatles products that I like to see, Beatles product, singular. So it's got to be Rubber Soul. I want to see a super deluxe edition of Rubber Soul remixed by Giles Martin along with the outtakes. I like to see Rubber Soul get remixed. And if Giles could do Help as well, that would be great as well. And both of these are the UK mono first pressings. So Help, Rubber Soul is the one I like to see reissued this year. If possible, Help would be great, because both of these albums are turning 60 later this year. So Rubber Soul and maybe Help. So, all right. So, wow, my response is kind of crazy. I've done plenty of talking in this response here. So anyway, Patricia, hope you enjoy this tag response to the Beatles Vinyl Tag 2025. That is all the questions that I answered. So Patricia, I hope you enjoy this response, and everybody else watching, I hope you enjoy this response as well, and I hope to inspire others to do a late response if they haven't done it yet. So that concludes this video. Thank you all for watching. And talk to you all later. And as usual, stay tuned for more videos.